Hey there, it's your pal Jen. Yeah, there are so many spells that have been changed in this update. You have no idea, unless of course you watched everyone else's videos talking about all of the spell changes. But the first ones I'm going through are the lore spells. And we're going to be checking out all of the storm lore spell changes. Isaiah Hexrider in the wild. Alright, let's go hammer a Thor. Used to be only one path and it did storm damage and then gave you a mystery blade for you and a mystery blade for the target. However, wasn't really a mystery because it was either a blade for damage or a blade for healing for you, or a weakness for them, or a mantle, I think. It was only between those two, which in honesty, I don't really like that one. I've never really liked this one. I don't like the random stuff. I like that they put it back on the removing a weakness on you and then doing absolutely massive amount of damage. Thank you so much. And also thank you. Put it back on 70%. Storm's accuracy sucks. Don't make it worse. Like, oh, it's only 5%. Hey, when you're already at 70%, the lowest of all the wizards, you don't want to go lower. Just saying. And the bottom path is copying what it currently does in live, or I guess I should say by now the previous version, once it goes to live, doing the storm damage and then giving you and the target a random blade. I don't like those. Top path it is for me. Beary Surprise. I'm picky about Beary Surprise, sorry. It was perfect the way it started. Stop touching it. Currently, there are two paths. Tier 1 does storm damage or a massive heal. Also, just as a reminder, if you are very confused by these things, you can always right-click on them and it will open up a slightly larger version, but you can hover over the icons and it tells you what they mean. So like it's 465 storm damage and 390 heal over time for 3 rounds. Sweet. I know, these are mostly self-explanatory, some of the others, not so much. Alrighty, back to Beary Surprise. Tier 1 and the top path look identical, except the accuracy is increased. Thank you very much. And it seems like the middle path and the bottom path are kind of based off of the bottom path of the one that's currently in live, except they really increased the storm damage on the middle path. It used to only do in the 200s, now it's doing 465, but the heal over time is much lower and it's only for 3 rounds. And then the bottom path, that one does less damage, but it gives much bigger heal. Still over 3 rounds though. That's pretty nice. You can pick the heal or the damage to upgrade with Primordial or a damage Sun Enchant spell. These are your Sun Enchant damage spells. If a spell gives a blade, like this one, random, you can still sharpen it. Same thing with Dark and Stormy. I can use Radical, which is even better, or Primordial on it to enchant that and increase the heal. Plus 150 to 1 heal spell. Yes! Catalan. Used to be only one path. It did storm damage and then gave a 35% weakness. Sweet. Was 3 pips and a storm pip and was only 65% accuracy. Ouch. So it looks like the tier 1 and the top path are identical to the previous one. For the middle tier, they lowered the damage and increased the weakness. Nice. Of course, the damage goes up as you level that up. Wow, look at that, 620. Of course, this one's at 700. Yay! I remember my 700 Catalan. That's what it started out as, and it was, as soon as you boost it up, it was 1,000. It was beautiful. Anyhow, good old days. And the bottom path, ever decreasing the storm damage, but now you have 2 30% weaknesses. By the way, these are universal weaknesses, so it doesn't matter what school they are. Oh yes, you shall be weakened. Calypso. Previously, Queen Calypso had 2 paths. The top one was no PvP, no advanced combat. First, it placed a trap on all enemies. Yes, I said all enemies. And then it hit 1 target. And the bottom path did storm damage and then gave 2 55% healing weaknesses, which were not really that useful. But it did have more damage than a regular Calypso. Give and take, I guess. They definitely changed this up. Tier 1 and all of the top path are still no PvP, no advanced combat. Looks like the numbers are all the same, except the accuracy is 70, not 65, darling. Now, the middle path is about mid amount of damage of tier 1, except now it gives 180% healing weakness. Ouch. if anybody has the name of the negative healing charm, let me know what it's called. It needs a cool name. If you are a storm playing this, you would never use these. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. However, these are PvP and advanced combat available, so that is why someone would do it, because they don't want you to heal. Aren't most healing spells banned from PvP anyway, so whatever. For me, this is a yes, because you cast this one on a minion and it puts it on the boss. By the way, yes, you can potent this trap. So that means it is a 40% storm trap on all enemies. Then it immediately hits. Anywho, bottom path, way less damage, but now you have two 70% healing weakness. I don't know why you want those, but I guess you might want them in PvP, I guess. You PvPers know. Catch of the day. Oh my god. There's too much to read. Okay, see, this is what I'm talking about with the right clicks. This might be, like, I don't know what this garbage is. So it's 415 storm damage and 45% chromatic self, which means the school of the caster blade, two of them. So you get two. I always read these backwards. I don't know. That's how it helps for me, is to read them backwards. Two blades of the caster school. 45%. There you go. So if you are a myth wizard, you're going to get two myth 45 blades. Sweet. Okie doke. So it looks like tier 1 and all of the top path are identical to the current / original / whatever. Take it as you will. The previous / live version is a ton of storm damage and 245% universal blades. That is amazing. So that one is the PvP advanced combat acceptable one. Now on the middle path, it does a pretty good amount of damage and then gives one chromatic blade at 65%. Damage increases as you level that up. Okay, bottom path is a lot less damage, but now it gives two 45% chromatic blades. But see, sometimes I like universal blades, because what if I'm a myth wizard, but I'm gonna do a fire hit next? You never know. It could happen. Revolutionary strike. Used to be only one path. It did a little bit of storm damage and then extended a heal over time by 2 rounds. That was amazing. As in, it just kept going. As you can see, they have definitely changed that, but they've given this a massive boost. I mean, this is over 200 more damage. And now it extends 2 heal over times by 3 rounds. That's insane, and I'm happy to pay 3 pips and a storm pip for that. That is crazy. That's only the top path. I'm dying here. The bottom path, however, steals 2 heal over times and extends them by 1 round on yourself, obviously. Then does 550 damage. That's crazy. This thing is wow. A+, thank you for your hard work. And that is it for the lore spells. Trust me, literally almost every single spell in the game got an overhaul. They didn't tell us this initially. Everyone knew that Shadow was getting an overhaul, but all the lore spells, all the event spells, oh my god, like everything just about was changed. It's crazy. Well, thanks so much for checking out this video, and let me know if I missed something or if you have a question. I will do my absolute best to answer it as soon as possible. And we have so much more coming from this test realm. We'll see y'all later. Bye bye.